All right, Alyssa, so I've had time to add up some of your calculations and your calories for the day. I came up with that you consumed about 3,046 calories in the day.
Wow.
So if you want to try and lose weight, we want to try and get you down to 1,500 calories a day, where that is a big jump for that's half of what you're consuming right now. So we can take it in small steps. Just by looking at what you eat, we can change a lot. So one of the main things I think will help out is if you decrease your grains. Right now you're having, if you look at the My Plate, which we have a picture right here, and I also have a handout from the My Plate. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Okay, so these are the recommended amounts of what you should have with each meal. So breaks it into fruits, grains, vegetables, and proteins. It's the new version of the food pyramid.
Okay.
They just thought that this would be easier for people to understand. So we have that you had about, about 7 ounces of grains, and the recommended amount is 5 ounces. So a good thing that we could do is if you switch your grains to whole grains, you can eat less and you'll be just as full. So you said that you liked multigrain and wheat bagels. So maybe if you start eating those often, and maybe if you can cut it down to maybe one.
Okay.
Or half of one. Also, your snack foods like tortilla chips, your granola bar, and your pretzels, maybe if you could switch some as we go through, maybe like a fruit or a vegetable, because you said you like both of those, rather than having so many starches in your diet. So on this paper, it is the 10 tips to help you eat whole grains. So you can keep this. It just kind of breaks it down, different ways you can mix it up, what you can have, where you can fit it in your day.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
Looks good. Looks pretty easy to follow.
Okay, great. So I noticed you only had a cup and a half of orange juice, and that was all you had for fruit.
Okay.
So it still counts as a fruit serving, but it's not nearly as good as having the real fruit.
Okay.
So if you have a real fruit, it's more filling and less calories, and it leads to a steadier energy throughout the day. So you said you liked bananas and strawberries?
Yes.
So maybe you could put some strawberries in with your snack throughout the day, or bananas with breakfast. You can still drink your cup and a half of orange juice, but we just want to have the real fruit as well.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Your dairy also seemed a bit low. The average, or the recommended amount, is 2 to 3 cups a day. And you're at 2 cups, but a lot of that comes from the ice cream.
Okay.
So that also has fat in it and isn't high in calories. So maybe if you switch the ice cream to yogurt, low-fat yogurt. Have you ever tried it?
No.
It's really good. Also, you can get the regular cups of yogurt. If you put it in the freezer, it kind of gives it the same texture.
Okay.
And it's really good.
I have the dairy one.
Yes, this is the dairy sheet. So this kind of breaks down different ways that you can get your calcium in. Also, you said that you only drink 2% milk. Would you be willing to just try 1%?
I could.
It's not that much different. Not the whole jump to skim milk, but 2% to 1% might be something worth trying.
Okay.
So I think that would help. And maybe if you have a larger cup with dinner, or maybe fit in another cup somewhere with a snack or lunch or breakfast.
Let me try that.
Okay, great. And the fourth thing I think that we should work on is your fat and sugar intake. So those we want to keep really minimal. Good fats are like oils and peanuts, which you did get some nuts in your trail mix. But the guacamole, the butter, the cream cheese, all of that is excess. So if you do end up cutting your bagel in half, you will be using less cream cheese. If you cut out your fast food, that would make a big difference too. Would you, the other days of the week that you don't get fast food, what do you eat for lunch?
I bring my lunch.
You do?
Yeah.
So that's really good. If you could set aside some time to maybe prepare your lunch for the other 2 days a week, that could make a big difference.
Okay.
So just cutting out the burrito would make a big switch if you put in a sandwich.
Okay.
Also, the tortilla chips with the sides, the guacamole, the sauce is not too bad, but guacamole is high in fat too. And also, like I said, the trail mix without candy. They have plenty of them made with just nuts and different mixtures that are really good. So let's see. This is the sheet I have for fruits.
Okay.
So that can give you some tips on where to fit in more. It says snack on fruits, so they have dried fruits. That's really good for snacks. You could replace the tortilla chips with that. And this is just 10 tips for making your all-around day healthier eating. So balance of calories, enjoy your food but eating less, avoiding oversized portions, and it just gives 10 different steps. Does all that seem okay? Do you have any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay, so another thing I would recommend, do you have an iPhone or an Android, some kind of phone where you can get apps?
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
So if you download an app called My Fitness Plan, it helps you keep track of your calories throughout the day. I find that to be a lot of help with some of my customers. Let's see. Also, if you find yourself getting off track, you can start writing down a food journal, kind of like what you verbally said to me today. If you write it down, it kind of helps yourself stay on track.
Sounds good.
Okay, so those are the four things I'd really like you to work on in the next month.
Okay.
And then would you like to come back in a month and we'll check out your progress?
Yeah, definitely. That sounds great.
Okay, awesome. Thank you,
Thank
Alyssa.
you. Nice to meet you.
You too. Bye.